Hello, my name's Ben and I'm a puppeteer. I'm also part of Otin Dance Theatre's creative team working on their new outdoor production called Out of the Deep Blue. This will feature a dancer and a large-scale sea giant puppet called Echo, which will be operated by 5 puppeteers. This video is part of a web series of 5 short films dealing with the themes of climate change and other environmental issues. And so because of that, we've been making puppets out of recyclable materials and things you'll be able to find around the house, like milk bottles, yogurt pots and cereal boxes. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a polar bear puppet. Now this was designed by a friend of mine who's a wonderful puppeteer and designer called Samuel Parker. Check out more about him in the description below. So first I'll show you what you're going to need, and then we'll get started.
To make your puppet, you will need a 1 litre drinks carton, 3 drinking straws, a lump of Blutack or Plasticine, a sharp pencil, a ruler, a marker pen, and scissors and sticky tape. Take your drinks carton and with a sharp pencil, poke a hole in the side at the bottom. Then with a pair of scissors, carefully cut off the bottom section. This can go in the recycling. Next, open up the top section. Then flatten it to one side, and with a ruler, mark the centre of the side panel, and do the same at the top. You might find that this already lines up with a crease in the carton. Next, draw a straight line between these 2 points. Repeat this on the other side. Centre mark at the top, and centre mark at the bottom. Draw a line, and then cut along these 2 lines to cut your carton in half. Next, trim the excess off the top of each side. And set this part aside. Using a marker pen, draw around the opening. And then cut this out. This can go in the recycling too. This will be the top and the bottom of this section. With a ruler and pen, mark along the long edge 4 cm, 8 cm and 12 cm. Do the same on the other side. 4 cm, 8 cm and 12 cm. Next, draw a line between the 2 4 cm marks and between the 8 cm marks. Next, find the centre point along the top and along the bottom section. Using a closed pair of scissors, score along between these 2 points. Next, With your ruler on the centre line, mark 1/2 centimetre either side of that centre line, and then mark 3 centimetres on either side. Draw a diagonal line between the 4 centimetre mark and those 3 centimetre marks you've just made. Then from the centre mark to your 12 centimetre mark. At the bottom of the panel, draw a line between the crease mark and the opening you've cut out. Draw 2 curved lines. These will be the ears of your bear. Next, cut off the bottom corners. And your 2 long diagonal lines. This section is the body. We'll come back to that later. This one is the head. Carefully cut the excess around the ears on both sides. Turn the head over and fold along the centre crease. Then with a pencil, mark the centre point and then 2 centimetres either side of that centre point. Then measure a point 5 centimetres above those 2 centimetre marks. This will be where the bear's eyes are. Draw a line between the corners and those 2 centimetre marks. Then with a marker pen, draw on the eyes and the nose. Then with your closed scissors, score along the 2 diagonal lines. And then fold along these 2 scored lines. Next, cut along these 2 lines, being careful not to cut all the way. Go up to the 2 marks you've made. Next, carefully fold in the card and bring this point to the edge. And then fold both bits back on themselves. And stick them down with tape on the back. Repeat on the other side, this point down to the edge. Fold them both back. And stick them down. Then cut off the excess bits. Next, fold the ears forward. Pinch them between your thumb and forefingers to give them a slight curve. Take one of your drinking straws and then about 4 centimeters down from the bendy section, fold it in half and hold it in place with a piece of sticky tape. Turn the head over and lay your straw across the top of the head with the bendy section at the back between the ears. Stick this in place then lay the longer section across the right hand side of the head, sticking that in place too. Next, carefully cut this piece of straw in half and make a small slit in one end. Push this section into the rest of the straw to strengthen it. This will be the control rod for the head. Next we'll make the legs. Take the other half of the carton and measure the center points across the top and bottom. And draw a line between the two. Next, measure the center points in the sides. And score a line between these 2 points. And then cut this in half along the center line. Fold these two in half along your scored line so that the plain side is on the outside. Set one aside, and we'll make the front legs first. With the folded edge on top, mark the center point of the top, plus 1 centimeter in front of that, and mark the center on the bottom. Then mark the center point on one side and 3 centimeters from the top on the other side. Next, connect these marks with straight lines. And then cut them out. Mark along one side half a centimeter and a centimeter, and 2 centimeters in. Then connect these with lines. And then cut them out. Shorten the feet slightly so they're not so long. And here are the front legs that should stand up by themselves. Next we'll make the back legs. Again, with the crease on top, Measure the center point and 1 centimeter before that. Measure the center of the bottom and then 3 centimeters down from the top on either side. Connect these points with lines and cut them out. Again, measure half a centimeter and a centimeter and 2 centimeters in. Cut these out and trim the feet. Next, fold the body section along the center so that the plain side is on the outside. This is the front, this is the back. Lay the straw of the head along the center crease and stick that down with some tape. Making sure that the bendy section sticks out slightly. Check that the head has a good range of movement. Next, with your 2 remaining straws, cut off the ends including the bendy sections and then cut these in half. Next, cut a small slit in the ends of 2 pieces and carefully push these inside the other halves. Next, lay the back legs around the back of the body in line with the opening you cut out, leaving a 1 centimeter gap at the top. Then with a lump of Blutack and a sharp pencil, pierce a hole around the center point of the back legs. You might need to ask a grown-up to help you with this, as it can be quite hard to push the pencil right through. Repeat this with the front legs. Making sure the center of the leg is in line with the bottom of the body, with a centimeter gap at the top. Pierce a hole in line with the first hole you made. Take the 2 pieces of strengthened straws and cut 2 1 centimeter slits on either side of one end of each of them. Then carefully open up these split ends. Push a straw through each of the holes you've made and stick down the split ends with a piece of tape. Next, open up the body section to give the bear some shape and wrap a small strip of tape about halfway down the straws, which will stop the legs and body opening too far. Finally, bend the body and the legs so they're not so straight. And check that the legs have a good range of movement.
So here's the finished puppet. The straws on the back are your control rods. And by holding them between your thumb and forefingers and then twisting your hands, get this motion with the legs. To make it walk, just process the front legs and the back legs. The front legs go out, back legs come to meet it. So the body rocks its way along. And then you can speed that up a bit. And then maybe take them for a run. Now to operate the head, be careful that the concertina section of the straw doesn't pull right out, otherwise you'll have a really floppy head. So you want to have a little bit of tension there. And so you can then move the head wherever you want to go. It's got a 360 move. Now your puppet's pretty much finished now. It doesn't need any more decoration because it's white. But you do need to give it a name. I'm going to call mine Paul. Paul the polar bear. And you'll remember one of the tips of puppetry is how to make your puppet breathe. And I think for Paul here, the breath will be shown in the head. And what this puppet's very good at is showing focus, so we can tell where it's looking, what it's hearing, what it's smelling. Now, some cartons aren't white on the inside. Some of them are brown, and in that case, you can make a brown bear instead. But whatever the colour of your bear, we'd love to see what they look like. Give them a name, and then have a play, and then make a little video and upload it to social media using the hashtag #OutOfTheDeepBlue, or using the information in the description below. But in the meantime, have fun, be kind, and let's protect the planet together.
Oh, hello. My name's Paul. Paul the polar bear. Oh. Look at all this.
just bare rock as far as the eye can see. Right, here we go. It wasn't always like this. When I was younger, I would play all day in the snow and ice. I was so happy. Yeah. This was my home, where I felt safe. Yes. Wow.
What?
I would play hide and seek with my friends. It's very easy when you're the same color as the snow. Then one day, as I was hunting for food, I saw something very unusual. The snow and ice was disappearing. What's with everyone? So I explored further. The further I went, the less snow and ice there was. And with less ice, there was less food. I grew very hungry and tired. My world was changing. I roared at the sky in anger. But it did little good. More of my kind are disappearing every day. But it doesn't have to be that way forever. If we all make a change, all of this can be saved. And we can keep the polar bears alive.